Alright, going to run you through. This is a 6x12 Dark Horse cargo trailer that I converted a couple years ago. I'll just run you through some of the stuff on there. If you're going to do your own trailer, you're looking for some ideas. We'll start out up front. Got two dual propane tanks. I only have one on there right now just for a little bit of weight savings, and I don't use them that much anyway, so I don't necessarily need both of them, but I can travel with both of them if needed. This runs down underneath. It runs a line inside into the kitchen area and also down where I hook up my barbecue grill, which is over on the side. So that's up under there, and you see a drain coming down there too. This is our water supply. So freshwater hookup also for your tank. It's about a 15-gallon tank that's on the inside there. Up top there, both of those vents are for the air conditioning, so I just have something plugged in there just to keep some of the road debris out of it. But that ultimately vents the air conditioners up there. The second one, the smaller one, is just for a vent, just a sewer vent. So I take all those things out when we get to a campsite. Same with this, we just pull this down, and this is where the hot water heater is. So I pull this down, we got our vent, if I ever need that or to do some draining, this will go down into the black tank if I needed to do something, but you can see the hot water heater right there. And then up top is the back side of the air conditioner there, and this is in the front V part of the trailer. So that's that. Up there is a vent for the bathroom. You can hear a little bit of a fan maybe. Down below, have on the left is the gray tank, and that's probably about 20-25 gallons, I can't remember. On the right here is the black tank, and that's about 15 gallons of black there. They're both tucked in up underneath there. So put in a side window right between the frame rails. Again, this is just a single axle 3,000 pound trailer. On the side, this is the main AC side if I need it. It runs into an inverter that we'll see in just a second. There's three 100 amp hour batteries in there with a circuit breaker on off. Also the solar controls come in there if I want to plug in the solar. We'll see here in just a minute. But that is actually the solar array. It is about 125 watts. Also have the ability to put like another one, whether I want to put it up top or if I want to like a portable one to get out into the sun or something like that. The back comes down to form like a little bit of a deck, and we even have like a mesh tarp that will go over the top of it and provide kind of like a screening. It'll make kind of like a screen porch for it. So you can see here's my main power coming right into there, and then down underneath, which is where all my electrical is, right over there. See up top there, and the roof is still a single sheet of rolled metal, so it's not a there's no holes in it or anything like that. I want to keep it just like that. This is just shy of 8 feet to the top, and it fits just right inside my garage, so I couldn't really put anything on top of it. But so it's perfect. It stays out of the weather year round. So this is kind of a look from the back side. It's got some exterior lights, and the ones you see right there are the interior lights. Over here we have my 12 volt source, so the other side had the 120 volt source that runs into an inverter, and this one just another 100 amp hour lithium battery. That one runs a lot of the 12 volts, so it's kind of like got a dual system in there that I can run one of both ways, either off the shore power, or I can use electricity from both sides, either this side, the 12 volt, or the 120 on the other side. Got an outdoor socket there, awning, just installed. It's 11-foot wide awning on a 12-foot trailer there. I think I forgot to point out the windows, but those sit in between the frame rails and they'll open all the way up if you really need an extra emergency exit to crawl out of. I'm also able to put that up, lock it from the inside so we can push that down if we need to get out in an emergency. Right here is where our grill goes, so we'll put that on there. We just kind of get careful we're not, don't have too much smoke going on, especially underneath the awning there. But that's pretty much it from the outside. All right, having a look from the inside. Again, this one's just got one of the regular RV doors. I didn't want the ones that had kind of like the bar lock on the outside, so this works out real well. I couldn't find a screen door for it, at least not these kind of squared off ones, but I was able to use these magnetic screens that work out pretty well. Just kind of keep it clipped to the side until we're ready to use it and we pull that down. So up front to the right is the kitchen. Got a cabinet up there, it's pretty deep. Got a freezer and a fridge there. Got our drawers, we keep a lot of our extra stuff in there. And then the back there is a lot of the utilities. That's where the back side of the water heater is. And then where a lot of the fire extinguisher. Also have another detector back there in the corner for any gas. You see here of one panel right there, and that's my 12-volt source on the passenger side. We've got all our lighting controls there. Water heater runs either way, either gas or electric, so I can turn that on if I'm into shore power. AC on or off there, and actually it's on. Probably should turn that guy off. Oh, that's not going to do anything, but that's where the AC is, and it sits in a little pan that drains down to the bottom. You may have seen that from the front end there. But just a simple little bar sink. This has like a hose end adapter onto it, so if this is my only source for water, so if I needed to hook up a hose or something like that, I could to that. If I didn't have it, I wasn't around any water or anything like that. Microwave, and then a 12-volt to 120 little inverter there. Again, I can get some 120 off of there if needed. Some lights, plenty of hooks to put them all around there. This is the bathroom. So in the front corner, it's got everything in it. Trash can, obviously the toilet paper. It's got a little corner pan in it with the drain down below right into the gray tank. A shower head up above with the vent fan there. And we got a little rack above the toilet, which does help with a little bit of storage. It's not the most comfortable, but it's there. And then you can see the toilet there. So we work our way around. Looking out the back here. Again, this is a meter for the 120 side of things, so that's the 3 batteries on the other side. Some extra hooks there, along with some additional lighting. I've got some other stuff wired in here if I really needed to use it. But originally I thought about doing a drop-down bed. That's why I've got some higher outlets there, and so that may come one day, but we actually use this disco bed for the time being, which has actually been pretty handy. So it works like a bunk. You can also take out this rail right here and tuck it down underneath, and then it acts like a couch, and we have these little foam pads there that help make it more comfortable. So it's got the shiplap siding. I don't know that I'd do that again because it's kind of heavy. Plenty of hooks around. Again, the windows, they can easily be slid all the way up and move that screen out if need be. Got an extra little storage net there across the back, and then again that kind of acts like a little bit of a deck. And again, we have a mesh tarp that'll go up over that with a little bracket, and it kind of acts like a little screened-in porch if we really needed it. So down below is where all the electrical is. And so a pure line inverter there, 3,000 watt inverter. You got a NOCO charger there. So essentially what that does, if I'm into the shore power, I'm using the 120 off the shore power, that will just charge a 12-volt battery on the side, which runs a lot of the lighting. And I could switch from one to the other, whether I want to, I'm sorry, it's using just some of the electrical supply there, and then the breakers are right inside the brown box there. So let's a little look at the electrical system, but that hides down there. And that's really a tour of it. Not a lot, but it's not super heavy. It gets down the road just fine, and there's plenty of room. You can even fit people left to right, perpendicular to the disco bed here, and that'll fit even some more people. So that's it.